Hi everybody, how you all doing out there? Mark here, and this is day 2. Yeah, I know there's been 3 videos before this one, but it's actually day 2 of the countdown to London Super Comic Con, which is happening this weekend. Now, today is Tuesday the 10th of March. 10th of March. 10th of March. That date rings a bell with me for some reason. I can't think why. 10th of March. No, okay. Something was supposed to be happening today. I can't remember what it was, but anyway, yeah. So today's Tuesday, the 10th of March. So that's only 4 days to go. 4 days to go now. Now it is about 5 to 11 at night. Yeah, I know. I was going to do this earlier in the day, but the last 3 videos that I did yesterday took so long to upload that I thought, well, I can't really do another video whilst these are uploading, just in case the computer goes a bit like it usually does if I try to get it to do too much stuff. So I thought, right, okay, I'll let it load up the videos from yesterday, and I'll do this one later on. And it's been just a hectic day of me sitting down watching stuff on YouTube and being on Facebook and, and just chatting to people on the internet. So yeah, so really hectic. I think there's once that twice actually I had to actually get up off the sofa. Twice I had to get up off the sofa today to answer the door, once to the postman and once to the delivery guy. I have such a hectic and crazy life. I do, I really do. Um, but yeah, so there's 4 days to go to London Super Comic Con, and I just doing these videos as a little bit of a countdown, showing you what I've picked up over the course of the week, and also, as well as that, these are also to get me into doing recorded videos again, because I've said that I feel like I've been mistreating my channel and you guys out there as well who like watching my videos. All I've been doing is at the end of the month or twice a month, I've just been doing these great big massive haul videos where they've been going on for a couple of hours, and it's tiring for me. I can imagine it's sort of quite tiring for people as well, sitting there watching them. I know a lot of people do enjoy watching, sitting down and just either having me in the background nattering away, or just sitting down and watching me talk about comics and that, which is fine. I've got no problem with that, and you'll still be able to do that at the end of the month. But I'm trying to get smaller videos done, at least one a week, to make it easier for a lot of other people to come in and see what this is about, really. You know, because I know some people might find, if they look at one of my videos and go, that goes on for an hour and a half, 2 hours. I don't have an hour and a half or 2 hours to look at a video. It's about some bloke talking about comics. So I won't bother. So this is like marijuana. It's the gateway video to people to come in and look at my channel, or something like that. Right, yes, comics. This is what these videos are all about, mainly comic books. And I've got a few to show you. These come through my letterbox yesterday, I think it was. It was after I finished doing the last 3 videos. The last of the 3 videos I did yesterday. Those comics come from my letterbox. But as well as that, I've got something else to show you. Now, I've been going through my boxes and doing a bit of tidying up and a bit of moving around with comics, and also to see if I've got anything that I can take to the convention at the end of the week, which you're all going to get sick and tired of hearing me talk about by the end of this week. And I stumbled across something that I completely forgot I bought. I totally forgot I bought. So yes, it is the Batman Annual 2015. I must have, I think I paid £2 for it, on there, as it says there, and yeah, I must have stuck it in the bag, chucked it up the back there on top of my boxes, and then other stuff just got piled on top of it. And then as I was sorting stuff out and trying to tidy bits and pieces up and that, it just got buried. But there it is, the Batman Annual 2015. Yes, this has got some. It actually doesn't have any New 52 Batman in it at all, or anything from what I've seen from. Oh no, 2013, 2014. So it is round about, after the New 52 started, but these stories aren't set in the New 52. This collects Batman, Beware the Batman from the TV series, the comic book that connects with the TV series, issues 2, 3, 4, and 5, and Legends of the Dark Knight 100-page super spectacular #1. Yeah, so there you go, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so there you go. You've got Beware the Batman there, and then you've got the Legends of the Dark Knight story there with the real Harley Quinn in it, as opposed to the faker that's in the comic books at the moment. And then I believe you go back to Beware the Batman again at the end there. So yeah, it's not bad for £2. Little hardback book. So that's pretty cool. Right, comics. This is going to be quite a short video, I reckon, in comparison to some of the other videos that I've done. Now I've got some old comics here to show you that I've won off of eBay, and I've got a handful of new ones here to show you as well. So we'll do the old ones first. And this first comic, I got these 3 old comics from the same seller on eBay, and this first I only bought from this seller actually because of this first comic that I'm going to show you in a moment. Calm down, you'll see it. Don't worry. Now, last year at LSCC, seriously, you guys are going to be sick and tired of hearing me say that by the end of this week. I picked up issues 5 and 6 of a fantastic anthology comic called London Horror Comic, and it is just really a great comic. If you haven't heard about it yet, or if you haven't ever read it, you really need to see if you can find some copies of it. I believe if you go to londonhorrorcomic.com, or if you just Google London Horror Comic, it'll come up with a website, and you can buy the comics directly from there. The first 4 or 5 issues, I believe, are already sold out completely. I've managed to pick up issue 5 and 6 from the actual writer who writes for London Horror Comic, John Paul Kamath. I hope I said your name right, because I'm terrible with names. And I managed to pick up issues 1, 2, and 3 off of eBay. I managed to do that like last year, almost as soon as I came back from the con last year. I managed to get them, but I was missing number 4, and I couldn't find it anywhere, and it wasn't on sale on their website. It literally was sold out completely. And I thought, well, I'm getting close. It's getting close to go that time of year again. I'll have another look on eBay and see if I can find it. Lo and behold, I did. There you go, London Horror Comic issue 4. Like hen's teeth, from what I've gathered. It really is. It's great. It really is a brilliant comic. It's a fantastic anthology comic. It really is in the vein of, and that was no pun intended, horror vein. No. It really is in the vein and in the style, shall we say, of the old EC comics like Tales from the Crypt, or that's the only one I can think of at the time, at this moment in time, actually. But you've got a mix of real horror stories in here, plus you've also got a mix of humorous horror stories and quirky horror stories and just damn right creepy horror stories in it. It's a really, really great comic. If you like horror, if you like anthology comics, this is definitely something to pick up, and hopefully you'll be able to get issues, the first 5 issues of it. I think, if I remember right, they went back to print on issue 3, so I'm going to have to see if I can pick that up from him on Saturday. As well as that, he's also got another comic out called Orbiter. Orbit, that's it. So I'm looking forward to picking that one up as well, because I've seen some of the pages from that, and that looks fantastic. So I should be taking this with me to LSCC to get Kamath to sign this, because I've looked over the page, looked over the cover, and there's nothing on there to say that he signed. I can't see any signature on there. So I'm going to see if I can get him to sign that one for me. And something a bit strange in this, actually. I opened it up to check, just to make sure it was okay. There's a little bit of denting on the bottom there, if you can see that. Which, yeah, there. So I'm not quite sure if that came from in transit from the buyer, or whether it's actually there when I bought it off the buyer. But I'm not really that bothered. I've got a complete set now. But anyway, when I open this up, they had this in there. Now, I'll just check to make sure there's no... Nope, I don't think there's anything there. Anything could be construed as against Data Protection Act if I showed you anything of it. This says it's a press release. UK horror comic returns after 2-year hiatus. It's headed up there, London Horror Comics, and it's just a press release just to say that London Horror Comics is coming back after being on a 2-year gap. I don't know whether this is something that was handed out with the comic. I'm imagining that because it wasn't signed by the writer, I'm imagining that it's something that somebody bought off the website to read, and then decided they didn't want it and sold it, and then sold it to me. So yeah, I shall take everything like that with me anyway, and just say to him, "Do you remember this?" But yeah, really stoked, really stoked about getting that fantastic stuff. And from the same seller, if I buy something off of somebody off eBay, I always see if they've got anything else worthwhile, to buy, and sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. This guy actually had a couple of Ms. Tree comics. Now, if you don't know who Ms. Tree is, it's about a female private investigator, private detective. She takes over her husband's detective agency after he's murdered by a mob, it's like mafia type things, people, and she becomes a private detective. Now it's by Max Collins and Terry Beattie. Now Max Collins, you might remember his name from Road to Perdition. Great book that was published, comic book that was published by DC on their Paradox Press years and years ago. And is also made into a movie with Tom Hanks in it. Was it Tom Hanks? Yeah, it was Tom Hanks, wasn't it? Yeah, it was, yeah. And also Terry Beattie, he not only does the artwork for Ms. Tree, but he also done the inking for, I believe it was Beware the Batman, the comic that was based on, I've just mentioned in this one. Sure, he did the inking on that, the colouring and inking on that. But yeah, so I thought I'd pick these up because I do remember reading the old Ms. Tree comics that DC published in, I want to say between 89 and 93, 94, I think. It was a comic called Ms. Tree Quarterly. It was quite a thick book, quite a thick comic book, and it just had, it was like murder mystery stories with the character Ms. Tree in it. And it's been said that it's like Mike Hammer, and what would have happened if his secretary Valda, was his name Valda? I'm just gonna have to quickly check that. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Mike Hammer's secretary was called Valda. Thank you. See, I'm not completely stupid. And it's basically what would have happened if Mike Hammer had married his secretary Valda, and then on their honeymoon he got murdered. Yeah, and that's what it's been. Yeah, it's been said it's like. So I managed to pick these ones up. Now I got this one, issue 19. There you go. And if you can't read that, what it says, "You can't kill me. I'm dead." In a really bad I have no idea what voice that was at all. So there you go, you can see that there. So yeah, there's that one there. Actually pretty cool. And I admit I got this one because I thought the cover was pretty cool. And this is issue 27. I thought it was a cool cover. There you go. You know, I reckon the brightness is a bit too high up on there. How's that? That's a bit better, isn't it? So there you go. Mystery 27 and 19. Now this is she originally was in a comic called Epic magazine for Epic Comics in 1981, and then she went into her own comic after that. And Renegade Press, if I remember right, they were part of Eclipse. Sorry, not Epic, Eclipse. They were part of Eclipse, and then they came away from Eclipse Comics around about sort of like early mid, 82, 83, 84 sort of era. Things like that. Yeah, but yeah, I thought why not? I think they cost me like 99p each, so I thought why not? Let's get them. See what they're like. Could be cool. Right, so that's the old comics. On to the new comics. I've only got 5 comics, so well, we'll go through these and we'll see what happens at the end. Dark Horse Comics, great, doing great stuff, absolutely brilliant stuff, and this is one of those comics that when I saw it in previews, I was like, I've got to have that. No, seriously, I've got to get that comic. I've got to get that miniseries, and it is purely for the fact that it's Richard Corbin writing and on artwork as well. It's Rat God #2. How great is that cover? Look at that cover. Richard Corbin artwork is just fantastic. It really is. How awesome is that cover? I still look a bit weird. Maybe it's the contrast. Oh, it's a bit better. Yeah, Richard Corbin, great artist, fantastic writer. He is just. There's a few artists that I would say are legendary in horror comics. Bernie Wrightson, Kelly Jones, probably a couple of others that I can't think of off the top of my head at the moment in time, but they're there, and Richard Corbin definitely, without a doubt, one of the classic artists for horror comics. There you go. There's that one there. From Image, only one from Image today. Yeah. We've got Grant Morrison and Chris Burnham with Nathan Fairbairn. Again, I hope I said your name right. And it's the 2nd issue of Nameless. There you go. And I liken this to, what would it be like if LSD was actually a comic? Yeah, Grant Morrison. When you let him get on with it, he does some amazing, mind-bending, and just completely out there comic books. And not only is Grant Morrison comics, I suppose because it's trippy and just completely out there, but they actually make you think as well. They make you sit there and think about this whole reality we're in. Yeah, I'm looking forward to reading it. I haven't had a chance to read that one yet, so that's going to be cool. I reckon that's going to be cool. I actually read this one. I wish I hadn't. It's from Marvel, and yeah, you know, at the end of Spider-Verse, Spider-Woman left the Avengers, and she's now gone off to do more sort of like normal superhero work that isn't connected with the Avengers or Shield or Hydra or anything like that. Spider-Woman #5. I've got to say, it was quite a boring issue. It was quite a boring story, and it is a butt ugly new costume that they've got her in. Seriously is. I've, I honestly, it is, yeah. It really was. I read this. It was such a boring story. It was a hard. It was one of those ones where you start reading it and you're thinking, I'm going to give this a go. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. You know, yes, the costume, I saw it on the internet and I was like, well, at least it's better than the new Batgirl costume they've got over at DC. So you know, uh, but I started reading it and it was just such a hard slog to get through. It felt like I was reading a 250-page novel rather than a 32-page comic. It was just, I was like, at the end of it, I was like, no, there's not another page. I can't be turning another page. I thought this was finished by now. Yeah. Did I mention the butt ugly costume as well? Now I actually haven't read this one yet, so I don't know what it's like. But if it's anything like the other Star Wars comics that Marvel have brought out, it's going to be pretty good. This is Star Wars Princess Leia, and it is the Scotty Young cover. Of course it is, because it's new. It's the #1 from Marvel. It's going to have a Scotty Young cover attached to it, and this is really one of the only reasons why I bought this. I mean, I do like the artwork inside by Dodson, and it's written by Mark Waid. So, you know, Mark Waid can do no wrong when it comes to writing comics. And yeah, I am looking forward to reading this. I really am looking forward to reading this. I don't know what else more I can say about it. It's just, you know, it's just another Star Wars comic, really. I've not, I do like Star Wars. I am a Star Wars fan. I could tell you tales about when they first brought Star Wars out on DVD, and the box set that they brought out with all three, and what I actually did to get that. It's not that exciting, but you know. So yeah, I am like a big Star Wars fan. Possibly not as big as some people are, but when it comes to the comic books, I've never really been into the comics. Not, I think I read the weekly reprints that were coming out in the 80s that were published by Marvel UK, that were reprinting the Marvel series that was out at that time. I never really read anything from Dark Horse. I think I might have picked up a couple issues here and there of stuff. A few prestige format comics that I might have bought cheaply in a 50p bin or something like that, just to say, oh yeah, that looks interesting, I'll buy that. So I've never really been a big Star Wars comic book fan. So, but like I said, Mark Waid, it should be good. I shouldn't see why it wouldn't be, because he's a pretty good writer. So yeah, there's that. And then finally, it's the New Adventures with the 11th Doctor, Doctor Who, issue 9, and this is the cover B, subscribers cover, the photo cover. Yes. Now, these have just been great. These really have been great. The 11th and 12th Doctor books, I think I said this in the last video I did yesterday, they have just been fantastic. They've really captured the essence of those Doctors and the actors playing them. The 10th Doctor book, the first story was a little bit, it didn't quite feel like a 10th Doctor book, but then they came in with the second story arc, and the first 2 issues of that was just, wow, brilliant. Weeping angels in the trenches of World War One, and then the Doctor and his new companion just land in the middle of no man's land. Yeah, that really does grab, it really does get the right feel for the 10th Doctor, that sort of like era of Doctor Who storytelling. So, but yeah, really enjoying that. Of course, tomorrow, which is the 11th, supposedly the 9th Doctor, the first issue of the 5-issue mini-series with the 9th Doctor in it, that comes out tomorrow on the 11th. So I probably won't be getting that. on the 11th because it's some weird sort of like thing where we don't actually get those comics in this country until about a month afterwards for some unknown reason. I don't know why. Might be different. Might be able to get it tomorrow. I don't know. Might be able to order it off of eBay and that from someone. But with any luck, I'll be picking up the LSCC exclusive cover for the Ninth Doctor's miniseries on Saturday. Fingers crossed. So if you go in and you see them there, keep one by for me. I'll definitely get in it. Okay, definitely. Right, that's it. No more comics to show you. And somehow I managed to talk for about 25 minutes. Wow, I can talk. Wow. Yes, I've got nothing else to say. Well, I probably would do, but if I did, that'd be another 3-hour video. So I'll just leave it at that for now. I shall be doing another video tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow morning, after this one loads up tonight. I'm going to leave the laptop on again and just let it load up. If this is one of the first times you've seen one of my videos, hi, thank you for watching. If you feel like it, subscribe. I can never remember when the button is. It's here, in it. About here, big red button, says subscribe. Pretty self-explanatory. There you go. If you want to comment on anything you've seen here, if you want to, say something about that or the mystery comics, if you know something that I don't, because I'm not the be-all and end-all, I'm not the oracle of comic books. Seriously, I'm not. There are people out there that know volumes more information on comic books than I do. So yeah, if you want to comment section down below, even if it's just to say hi, that's fantastic. I always try to comment back to people. Might not be straight away, but at least will be within like a couple of days of the video going up and going live. What else do we do? What else do we do usually at the end? Thumbs up. Thumbs up if you like the video. Always thumbs up, always awesome. If you didn't like the video, then feel free to thumbs it down. But if you do thumbs it down, say why you thumbs it down. Didn't you agree with the comics? Didn't you agree with what I said? Do you want me to wear a hat next time I do a video? Do I need a shave? Different t-shirt, different background. What? It's got to be a reason why you thumbs it down. So just say why. It's the only way I'm going to make these videos better for everybody to enjoy. I think that's the usual buff and gump that I usually say at the end. I think that's all. Yeah, that's it. That just leaves me to say, enjoy the comics that you read, and with any luck, hopefully I'll see you again tomorrow with some more comics. Ta-ta for now.